Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the whiskey. Not whiskey. Well, whiskey. But my sipping den, because I sip everything down here because I review everything. I review everything that has anything to do with alcohol, and that's a hell of a lot of stuff. I review everything that has anything to do with coffee. I do that on Sunday, and that's a hell of a lot of stuff. I am the only one in the world who can do it, but I make it easy for you. How? Well, I have the most extensive, easy to navigate, broken down into categories and subcategories playlist on YouTube. You just look at the playlist, you'll be amazed, you'll be shocked, you'll be awed. I challenge you to check that out. And all those beautiful categories of all those great things I review, you're going to be amazed. I did that for you. Why? You don't have to go searching a million channels for any type of alcohol. And I'm talking about wine, beer, every kind of liquor, everything. Okay? I said everything. And coffees. You want to go to 1,000 channels looking for these reviews, or you want to stay right here and just check out the playlist? That's what I thought. Right here. Nice and easy. Remember, I'm the only one in the world that can do it. And I do it with half my taste buds tied behind my back to make it fair for everybody. So, thank you, welcome, and please subscribe, and thank you for subscribing. And remember this, the first comment to everything I review is pinned because I have a link to the playlist of what I'm reviewing. In this case, bourbon. Stellum Bourbon. But before we get started with the Stellum Bourbon, who gave me this? Who gave me this bourbon? You know. Jeff. Jeff! A commander of this in my army. Commander! I talk about him all the time. He's a personal friend. I met him through work. He's in the industry. He's been in the industry a very long time. He's met so many master blenders and distillers and worked at different distilleries. He's into it, man. He knows a lot of stuff. He has a lot of stuff. And, of course, he's wise. And he's into bourbon. And he's into whiskeys. And he's into coffee. And he loves this channel. What's that tell you? All right. Well, say hi to Jeff down there. And, Jeff, thank you. Stellum Bourbon. Stellum. Okay? This is the company that makes, or the company that makes barrel bourbon. You know, Seagrass and all the others. And I've done reviews on them. Makes Stellum. When they were having a glass shortage, the barrel bourbons in that little weird bottle that it's in, I probably have it back there somewhere. The glass is made in Poland, but there was a glass shortage, and they kind of got nervous. So these generic kind of bottle, they bought 500,000 of these for their Stellum to make sure they had enough. It's been lasting like 10 years. That's what the rep was telling me. This is cast strength here. This is so let's see what it says. Distilled in Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Okay, so it's got whiskey from Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. And they're known for sourcing whiskeys from all over the place, man, and blend them. That's their thing. Especially with the barrels. And they'll be in different barrels, different types of barrels. They'll get the whiskey from all over the place. And they got some good stuff. Stellum Spirits is driven by progress, critical thinking, and above all, attention to detail. We're devoted to bringing America whiskey into the modern age with simple, elegant blends and single barrels selected with care and intention. We support Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed and John because he has the best channel on YouTube, and we really appreciate him reviewing our whiskeys. That was nice. All right, so cast strength blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, and I told you where they were from or what states at any rate. 47.49% ABV. That is 114.98 proof. You can call it 115. You got my permission. All right. Let's get into it. Remember, this is a big boy. Jeffrey. Alright, we'll let you look at the color. I was watching somebody the other day. I watch other reviewers, of course. Many of them are my friends. Met them through YouTube. There it is. You can make your own choice on it. One of them was saying how, you know, you look at the color and it gives you an indication of how old it is. Not really, and here's why. I have a little issue with that. Based on the fact that there's different char levels. Okay, there's 1 through 5. There might even some past that. And I know that if you char something for a very long time at a number one, or age something in a number one charred barrel, the lightest of the char, and you age something for a very short time in a number 5 or an alligator char, the alligator char will probably be darker than the number 1 or number 2, even though the number 1 or number 2 was aged longer. So that doesn't always really tell you, unless all the chars were exactly the same. Then it would kind of tell you, because where it's located in the rick house, the temperature, how much the heat draws it into the wood and the cold draws it out affects it some. But at least that would give you a better idea. But the fact that there's at least 5 char levels kind of destroys that. That being said, it's fun to look at it. There it is. All right, let's give it a smell. Smell that wood. Oak. Spiciness. Not only pepper, but the baking spices, the allspice, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, that type of ballpark in there with the hot cinnamon, the little pepper smell underneath. The oak. Underlying fruitiness. I always pick out fruit. I get fruit pretty often. Somebody told me it was a genetic thing one time. I don't know if it is or it isn't. He was like something with the medical. Who knows? Lucky me if it is, because I like fruit. Got some vanilla coming through, and that's a delicate fragrance. I'm enjoying this, and there's a lot under here, so I'm trying to pick it all out for you. Of course, you always have the earthiness, which you could describe as leaves slash tobacco slash, which is leaves, slash the wood could be part of that, leather, that all falls in that earthy realm. And then you've got the spiciness of both the hot pepper type and the baking spice type things going on. Vanilla, some wood, and an underlying sweetness that's always in bourbon. And a kiss of fruit. So there's a lot in this nose. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, got to give me a second because very high proof. And I wanted to acclimate my palate to this. So the best way to do that is do what I just did. You could sip it for a long time and eventually you'll acclimate to it. But in the meantime, it's going to burn a little bit and stuff like that. And as long as it's burning, you're not going to get the full flavor. It's impossible. The way to speed this up is to actually take a sip. Don't swallow it for 10 seconds. Kind of coat your mouth and tongue with it. Actually numb the pain receptors in your mouth. Then swallow, breathe out so you don't cough. Then you've the next sip will be much more flavorful and you'll be ready to go. That's the way to do it. That's the way the professionals do it. That's the way I've been taught to do it by professionals, and it works. All right, now let's go in for the taste now. Taste is much sweeter than the smell. And I would put that in a brown sugar. With a kiss of honey. Very nice. Surprised by the sweetness. You see how I'm drinking it. For 100, what I say, 14 proof, whatever it is. Basically 115. No problems here. You get the pepper, you do get the spices. You get a sweetness first and foremost. Maybe a slight appley, if that's a word. Apple taste is the fruit I'm kind of picking out of it now. And that earthiness, that tobacco slash woodsy slash leather is subdued. It's subdued. It's just not coming through. The other flavors are overpowering, which is kind of nice. So, this is a big boy, so we're going to add a little water. All right, so Jeffrey, my man. Of course, Jeffrey, see all those back there? He knows. He's welcome to any of them. And I do give them to him and share them with him. As well I should, because he's done so much for this channel. All right. You all subscribed, right? The only way you're going to get down here, right? Is if you talk to me all the time, we become friends, right? On YouTube, right? You subscribe. Maybe someday you're down here drinking with me. I put the water in. Let me put a little more. This is a big boy, really. Still not a lot, but that's fine. Park the lips a little bit because the alcohol way to escape and actually increases the fragrance you get. Just little tips. Take it for granted sometimes. I like to share. So it's come out with a little more candied fruit that wasn't there before. The water has done. Let's give it a taste. See what it does. It's made it even sweeter. Huh. And any little bitterness from the woodsiness from the barrel is kind of dissipated into more of a sweet. A nice sugary taste to it. I like that. It does have a little bitter on the end, like tannin from wood or from, you know, like a little nutty walnut type ending. Very nice. It just stands water. It stands water. It just holds up the water nicely. But at 115 proof, basically, why wouldn't it, right? It's brought out some different flavors. It's fun to do both ways. Sometimes it's fun to put an ice cube in, a big one, right? Big sphere is the least, melts at the slowest rate. Then a big cube, the bigger the better. Same with the sphere. Of course, you couldn't use this glass, right? And then you can kind of taste how it changes over time. Now, the ice will bring out fruit sometimes. It will mute some others as it gets cold. But it's just fun. It's fun to experiment, play. If you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying your whiskey, if you're not having fun drinking it, if you're not sharing it with your friends, other people who enjoy it, it brings something out in you when you do that. Or at least I think it does to everybody. I really do. There's something about giving, man, and letting people taste stuff that you have and be excited. And if you're blessed to get stuff that some people can't get, because frankly, I have some contacts, but I share it, and so my friends do get it. They do get it. They get it for free, and I love that. So it's good. It's good. It's good to be able to do stuff like that. It makes me feel good, and I love it. And I love being able to share this with you as best I can on the YouTube here. So please subscribe. Please keep watching. Please say hi to Jeff in the comments. The man's a big part of this channel. If you all want to comment, or excuse me, send me anything. I'd be glad to take it, of course, and review it. You know, just I got my email here on the description of the channel, and you can, or just in the comments, ask for my, you know, where you can send it if you're interested. And there's something on here now you can hit to donate money to the channel. It's not Patreon, it's something else that YouTube has. And you know, if you want me to buy a certain whiskey or something like that, everything is appreciated. And I'm gonna see you on the next one. You know I will. I really will.